We are built to create. Humans are built to create. How do I know this? Well, look where we are today. We have the internet. You can post a angry message on Facebook if someone didn't create Facebook. And we have a million other things that are existing which allow you to consume what you're watching now, this video. Now, you may not really think it matters that, say, humans were built to create things because you may not think that you are creative, but you are. Don't worry. And that's the whole point of this video, to tell you why you can create things and maybe why you should. So let's get into it. First, creation is not a sacred act. It's just an act. You can choose to do it just like you can choose to go to the washroom when you really have to pee, or you can choose to wet your pants. You don't have to create stuff. You don't have to create cool stuff. You don't have to create anything. But I believe you are built to. So you probably should. You were built to also go pee when you have to pee, whether that be in the toilet or in your own pants. That is up to you. But you're built to create, in my opinion. And I want to further tell you why you should so you can, because I think the world would benefit from having more people create rather than just scroll on TikTok all day and consume. Whether you believe me or not, I believe that you sitting there watching this video, have the ability to create things. You can create awesome things, you can create anything. And I do believe you can also get lost in a process greater than yourself and just be involved in a craft. By no means you have to be some super influencer to be a creator either. And you don't have to have a huge online presence to create anything at all. You don't have to be on the internet to create things. You can create things in whatever way you want. And with that being said, I want to share with you some creators in the world that you may not think of as creators who have benefited greatly from creating things. Okay, so I have a list of about 7 examples here. I'm not going to share them all because that would probably be quite tiresome to listen to. I'm just going to give you a brief example of a few of them though, because I think they make a lot of sense once you just look at 1 or 2 of them on how something so normal or someone so, in the everyday could be considered a creator and how they're benefiting from creating things. So first off, we're talking about the school music teacher, specifically your school music teacher, the one at your high school or your school that your kids go to or whatever else. This person you may not think of as a huge grandeur creator, and none of us are really grandeur creators, but they are a creator and they're benefiting from creating. They are playing their own tune, and not only that, they're sharing what they know excitedly with others. Someone doesn't just go become a school music teacher because, it's a family trait. At least I don't think this is very common. Most of the time it's because they have a passion for music. They have a passion to create something. They've followed a curiosity. It's been interesting to them and they've continued on that path. This may not be the case every time, but most times and almost all the time, the case is that a music teacher is going to create tunes, play them, and share their excitement for those tunes with others. They can get lost in their creation, and this is a powerful thing, especially when they're teaching it to others, because then others can be encouraged to do the same. Maybe it's not even in music. Maybe someone can just see that someone is so interested in this thing called music, and they can go and find their own interest. But the creator prospers to expand others' awareness of what's possible, and in general, creates things for others to enjoy, which is a pretty awesome thing in my opinion. Now, these are examples from my book. My book is not out yet, but in general, there are other examples that are more extreme. I'm not saying that a creator or being a creator, or, following your creation genes means you have to become Nikola Tesla. And by no means do I think anyone else is going to be Nikola Tesla other than, Nikola Tesla. This is because everyone's curiosities are going to lead them to different places, and everyone is going to really land on creating different things. This is kind of what we want. We don't want everyone to create the same thing. We want everyone to create their own thing in their own way. And that's why Nikola Tesla doesn't need to be replicated, but he can be understood as a creator who followed his curiosities and, found out a bunch of really cool stuff that ended up creating the future of humanity that we know today. Now, quickly, we're going to run through the examples that I've also listed here for creators that you may know of, but or think or thought of as creators. And that would be things like the community organizer. If you want to pause and read what I've written about the community organizer and why they're a creator, feel free to do so. Next, the do-it-yourself creator, the pro chef, or even the home cook creating meals. Do-it-yourself also refers back to just learning how things work, doing it yourself, creating the solution that you want to see, or figuring out how solutions work because you're curious about them. This gives a pretty good experience to the person who's interested, and that's what creating is about, to be interested, to be curious, and to follow those things. Example 6 is a gardener, or maybe the plant mom or the plant dad, the person who wants to create things like, a garden and have it look nice or eat the food from it. This is another form of creation, and it's an act that is quite therapeutic, like other acts of creation, in my opinion. A really good one to me also is loving families. Many people don't really scope out when I say creating things to, creating a family. Because, yeah, you make a kid, but do you make a family? And creating something like a loving family or an environment where people can love each other, that is another thing which maybe you can't get lost in from moment to moment, but you can definitely work on putting together, and just something that is, endlessly going to reap more rewards as you craft it or curate it, I guess. And yeah, those are some examples. And finally, I want to scroll back up to the beginning of my chapter where I have this quote to tell you that to create something, or to create in general, is just to bring something into existence that wasn't there before. So with that being said, that's all I really have for today's entry of my video. I'm going to cut it short. I'm sweating. I created this video just to create it because, I don't know, it's kind of fun to talk to a camera. Probably 5 people will see it. But yeah, that's the log for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Check out the newsletter if you want to read a bunch of my writing that also is going to be part of my book. Or don't. Or go to Curiosity Crunch to find play that looks like work to others but feels like play to you. Or don't. Yeah. See you guys. Bye.